everyone. Starting today by finding yourself in a comfortable seated position. Obviously we are practicing alone and I'm not there to guide you in person, so if you know you're working with any injuries, just be conscious of that. Don't push yourself in any postures or positions that cause you any pain. We want to be able to feel a stretch during our practice, but it should never pinch or hurt. So just always pull away from that if you can feel any postures that just don't feel quite right. If there's an injury that you're working with that you aren't sure about, then pop me a message and we can have a little chat about that first before you go ahead with the practice. So come into a nice, comfortable, cross-legged, lotus, half lotus, whatever is best for you. Take your hands to rest on your knees and just gently close into your eyes. Keep your shoulders rolled back, keep your core just gently engaged so that your spine stays long, and bring your awareness into the room. For the next 60 minutes, the only thing that matters is you being on your mat. Try and step away from the constant chatter we have going around in our mind. As thoughts start to creep their way to the forefront of your mind, just acknowledge those thoughts and let them go. Starting to deepen your breath. Filling your belly, letting your chest rise on your inhale. Exhale, it all comes back out. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let go of all of that breath. Squeeze your belly in. Inhale. Exhale. Gently blink your eyes open. Take your right hand, take it behind your back and press that right hand flat. Lift your spine and inhale, reach up with the left. Take that left hand to your right knee and press it gently on the knee to just open through the chest. We're gazing down towards the right shoulder. As we inhale, we press that right palm and lengthen. And as we exhale, we use that left hand to just gently open through the chest. So really use your breath here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open the chest. And release, come through center. Left hand behind the back. Reach up, stretch up with the right. Right hand, left knee. Inhale, press your left palm, lengthen your spine. And exhale, use that right hand on the knee to just gently push your chest, taking your gaze to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale into twist. One more. And release. Come through center. Uncross your legs and roll yourself over. Come onto all fours. Take your knees out as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes to touch and sit your bum back on your heels. Walk your hands forward and rest your forehead down. Coming into a nice wide leg child's pose. Remembering we can come into this posture at any point during the practice that we need to. It's a brilliant resting posture. Taking this wide knee version is helping to release across the lower back, and it can feel nice sometimes to just rock your hips gently from side to side. Taking your gaze ahead, come up onto your fingertips, walk your hands out to the right and take your left hand on top of the right. Rest your forehead down towards the mat and keep pressing your bum back towards your heels. We should be feeling this stretch down the left side of the body. With every exhale, try and let go of anything you're holding on to, letting your chest, your head fall heavy towards the mat. Gaze ahead, come back onto your fingertips, walk those hands through the said to take them all the way over to the left. Right hand on top of the left, and let your head and your chest rest down. Feeling it this time down that right side of the body. With every exhale, just release. Let your head and your chest fall heavy down towards the mat. Gaze ahead and walk those hands back through center. Push up onto your knees and just shuffle your knees back. So you want your knees to be stacked under your hips, but your palms to be stretched out forward. Inhale and exhale, lower your chest and your head down towards the mat, coming into our puppy pose. We can keep the forehead rested, or we can come onto the chin. Wherever we are, we want to be getting that nice stretch across the shoulders. Just send your chest down towards the mat. With every exhale, release a little bit more. And then press your palms to lift and walk those hands back in. Just shuffle your knees in. Spread your fingers wide, thumbs coming into each other, middle finger pointing forward. Tuck your toes, bend your knees and send your hips high. Coming into a nice bent knee, downward dog. Keep pressing your palms to lift your tailbone, lengthening through your spine, keeping your gaze between your feet. Keep that bend in the knee for as long as you need and just pedal through the heels by lengthening one leg at a time, stretching out through the hamstrings. Finding stillness now in your downward dog, keeping those knees bent if you need, so that you can keep that spine straight. We've always got that option. Stay in here, or if you want to have another side stretch, take that right hand, grab the outside of your left leg and pull your chest through. Take your gaze under your left arm. Keep pushing the mat away with your left hand. And then release your right hand back down. Press the mat, lengthen your spine again, and then reach that left hand, grab the outside of the right leg and twist. Gaze under that right arm. And release, gazing forward. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Take them as wide as your hips. Let your stomach press towards your thighs, your head hang heavy and catch hold of your elbows. Hanging here in your ragdoll, we can take a gentle rock from side to side if it feels good. And then release your hands down. Pressing into your feet, rolling through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, until we come all the way up to stand. And if you're not there, just step yourself to the top of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch and take a slight gap in your heels. Engage into your core just gently, so you're sending your tailbone down towards the mat and roll your shoulders back. Moving now through a couple of rounds of our sun salutation. As you inhale, press your feet, raise your arms, palms touch, gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, soften through the knees and fold. Place your palms flat, so keep your knees bent here if you need. Inhale, press the palms and lengthen. And exhale, step back to your high plank. Drop your knees, lowering, squeezing those elbows in. We touch the pelvis down first, shoulders stay lifted. Untuck the toes and inhale, roll the shoulders away for our cobra. Exhale, tuck toes, hips high, downward dog. Staying here for a few breaths, so taking this time to connect to your breathing. Long and steady inhales, long and steady exhales. With every inhale, push the mat away, lengthen your spine. With every exhale, send that energy down through your heels. Gazing forward, walk or step your feet to the top of the mat and exhale to fold. Inhale, press your feet, raise your palms, gaze at your thumbs, and standing. Inhale, palms touch. Exhale, soften through your knees and fold. Palms come flat. Inhale, press the palms and lengthen the spine. And exhale, step back to your plank. Sticking with dropping your knees and lowering your pelvis first, or moving through a chaturanga as we exhale. Inhaling through our up dog or cobra. And exhale, hips high, downward dog. Taking a few moments to reconnect with your breath. Gazing forward, walk or step your feet back to the top and exhale to fold. Inhale, press your feet, raise your arms, palms touch, gaze up and exhale back to standing. Inhale, raise your hands, gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, soften through your knees and fold. Inhale, press your palms, lengthen your spine and exhale, step back. Again, sticking with dropping your knees or lowering through chaturanga. Inhale through your up dog or cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. Remembering we've got the option to take a child's pose at any point that we need. As we inhale, we push that mat away, that tailbone lifts. We're pressing the palms to lengthen the spine. And as we exhale, we're pushing the energy down through our heels. Gazing forward, walk or step your feet back to the top of the mat. And exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet, raise your arms, gaze between your thumbs. And exhale back to standing. From here, stepping your feet out as wide as your hips. Now just check in with your hips. We think this is our hips a lot of the time, and so we step our feet really wide, but actually it's your hip bones. Be a little bit kinder to yourself. Your hips aren't as wide as you think. Stepping your feet hip distance. Catching hold of your waist. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, we're hinging right from that hip joint. We come all the way forward. From there, if you can get your stomach to your thighs, then great. Otherwise, bend your knees to get there. Taking hold of your big toes, so wrapping your 2-piece fingers around your big toes. Inhale, gaze ahead, lengthen. And as you exhale, press that stomach to your thighs and take your gaze between your legs. Inhale to lengthen. And with every exhale, just see if you can straighten your legs a fraction. Keep your stomach pressed to your thighs so you're not rounding through your lower back. Keep your gaze between your legs. Really use the breath here. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold that little bit more by straightening those legs just a fraction. One more breath. Inhale, lift your gaze. Option to repeat, or if you want to go a little bit further, slide your palms under the soles of your feet so that the palms are touching the underside of your feet. Your toes are pressing into your wrists. We inhale wherever we are, we lift the head and lengthen, and we exhale to fold, taking that gaze between the legs. Try and pull your elbows out to the side. As we inhale, lengthen, and exhale, keeping that stomach pressed onto the thighs. See if we can fold a little bit more. Just try straightening those legs a fraction. One more breath. And inhale, lift your head, gaze forward. Exhale, catch hold of your waist. And inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Shuffle your feet back together. You want your toes and ankles and knees all touching. As we inhale, sit back with your hips, bend your knees and raise your palms, coming into your fierce pose. As we exhale, we soften and fold, press those palms. This time as we inhale, just step yourself straight back into your downward dog. Take a deep breath here. Push the mat away, lengthen your spine. And as you inhale, lift your right leg. Point those right toes, really press with your hands, and then bend your right knee, dropping that foot over to the left. We're opening up with this right hip, coming to our scorpion tail. Keep pushing the mat away, lengthening through the spine. Keep pressing your chest towards that straight leg, opening through the hips. Take one more deep inhale, and as you exhale, bring that knee round, press your palms, squeeze that knee, touch your nose. Inhale, right leg comes back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, touch it to your right elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, left elbow, keep pushing the mat away here. Inhale back. Exhale, round squeeze, touch your nose. Inhale back. Exhale, right elbow, last two. Inhale back. Last one, exhale, left elbow. Inhale that right leg back up, and exhale, float that right foot back down to your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and exhale it out with a sigh. Inhale, left leg lifts. Point those left toes, bend your left knee and drop your foot to the right, opening up through the left hip this time. Keep pushing the mat away, keep pressing your chest through towards that straight leg, and keep trying to open that hip a little bit more. Take a deep inhale and exhale, squeeze, bring that knee through, touch it to your nose. Inhale, left leg goes back. Exhale, touch it to your left elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, squeeze, press the mat away, touch it to your nose. Inhale back. Exhale, left elbow. Last one, inhale back. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, left leg goes up, and exhale, float it down. From here, drop your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes to touch and sit your bum back on your heels. Rest your forehead and come into a nice wide leg child's pose. Taking a moment just to regain control of your breathing. Taking your gaze ahead, spread those fingers wide. We're going to come back into our downward dog, so set your foundations. Tuck your toes, hips come high. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up, and this time as you exhale, bend your knee, squeeze it as close as you can to your chest, and drop that right foot between your palms. Drop your left heel in, bend it into your right knee, bring your arms up above your head, palms touch, come into your warrior one. From here, straighten your right leg, open yourself out to the left, and just shuffle those left toes face towards the long edge of your mat. If you're a little bit wide, you can always shuffle that back foot in. Inhale and exhale, reach with those right fingers as far as you can, then drop your right hand inside your shin and your left hand up. Gaze up towards your left fingers. Keep pulling this left shoulder and left hip back. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, open that left shoulder. You're not having any weight in this right hand, it's just resting gently inside the shin. Inhale, press into your feet, come back through center and drop your hands to your waist. Turn to face the front of your mat and step that left foot in. So all 10 toes are now facing towards the long edge of your mat and both legs are straight. Drop your right hand onto your lower back. Inhale, reach up with the left. And as you exhale, pressing into those feet, fold forward, come to 90 degrees. Drop that left hand either onto your shin or creep it down to your foot. Take your right hand to your hip and use it to gently pull that hip back. So you want to keep this right side of the body nice and long. We don't want to crunch it in, which often happens. We pull this hip forward. So keep pressing into both of your feet. Stay here if thinking about your hips is enough for today, or if you want to go a little bit further, you can bring that right hand down, take it around and take it up. We can all take our gaze towards that right shoulder if we want to, wherever we are. Keep pressing into your feet. With every inhale, we lengthen the spine, we're sending the crown of the head forward, and with every exhale, we try and pull that right shoulder back. From here, drop your palms, frame that right foot, take a bend in the knee, shuffle your left foot back, and step your right foot back into your downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze that knee as close as you can. It's going to help you get further, and then drop that foot between the palms. Right heel drops in so the foot comes flat. Bend into your left knee, raise your arms, come into your warrior one, and then straighten that left leg, open yourself out to the right, and just shuffle those right toes. Adjust your feet slightly if you need. Inhale and exhale, moving from the waist with those left hands come all the way across. Windmill, left hand down, right hand up. We're gazing up at those right fingers. With every inhale, reach and stretch. And with every exhale, pull your right shoulder and right hip back. Make sure you've got no weight in that left hand. It's just resting inside the shin. Keep breathing while we're here. Inhale, press your feet, come back through center and drop your hands to your hips. Turn to face the front, and this time step your right foot in. Square off your hips. Left hand comes down the back this time. Reach up with the right. Inhale and exhale, fold. Come forward to 90 degrees. From here, right hand drops to the left shin or the foot, and left hand comes to the hip. Use that to help just pull that hip back slightly. Keep the crown of the head coming forward. Gaze towards your left shoulder. Option to keep your hand here, or you can drop this down, this left hand down, take it up and around, and we can gaze towards that left shoulder. So just find whatever works best for you. Keep breathing. As we inhale, we press the feet, we send the crown of the head forward. And as we exhale, we pull that left shoulder back. And then place your palms either side of that left foot. Shuffle the right foot back and step the left foot back into your downward dog. Take a deep breath here. And then inhale, right leg lifts. Bend that right knee, squeeze it into the chest, bring it forward, place it between the palms, and drop your left heel in. Keeping a really good bend in that right knee. Inhale briefly again through our warrior one. This time dropping your right forearm to your right thigh. Take your left hand to your waist and turn your left shoulder back so you're opening through your chest. Stay here, or bring that left arm up and take it over towards the front of the room. So you're pressing your right forearm to open through your chest. You've got a good bend in your right knee and you're gazing under your left arm. Keep reaching and stretching, pointing those left fingers as you inhale and pulling that left shoulder back as you exhale. And then inhale, press into your feet, come through center. Drop your hands to your waist. Turn towards the front of the room and just shuffle that right foot in, dropping down to your right knee. So you're coming to a box lunge. Hands come together at your heart center. Inhale, open your chest. As you exhale, drop that left elbow to the right knee. Pressing your palms together, you're stacking so you've got your ankle, knee, both elbows and palms all in one line. As we inhale, we press those palms, we pull that right shoulder back. We're gazing towards that right shoulder. We can stay here or we can tuck those back toes. Engage that left leg. Keep sending the left heel back. Wherever we are, with every inhale, we press our palms to open our chest. We're pulling the right shoulder back. With every exhale, we're seeing if we can just take that right shoulder back a little bit more, open in the chest. One more breath. And then release. Take your hands down to your mat and step your right foot back to your downward dog. Take one deep breath here. Inhale, left leg lifts. Squeeze that left knee into your chest as close as you can. Place the left foot between your palms and drop your right heel. Taking that bend in your left knee, inhale, raise your arms, come to your warrior one. And then drop your left forearm to your left thigh. Right hand to the hip and turn that right shoulder back. Push into your left palm so you're opening your chest. Stay here or bring your right arm up and take it over, gazing under that right arm. Inhaling to reach and stretch with those right fingers. Exhale to pull that right shoulder back. Inhale and press your feet, come through center. Drop your hands to your waist. Turn to the front and drop to your right knee this time. Coming into your box lunge, hands together at your heart center. Inhale, open your chest, and exhale this time, right elbow, left knee. Keep that left elbow coming to the sky. Keep pressing your palms so that your hands are coming towards the center of your chest. Stay here, or tuck those back toes if you want. We're pressing into those toes. We're engaging that right leg, sending that right heel back. With every inhale, press your palms. With every exhale, draw that left shoulder back. Keep breathing while you're here. And then release your hands down, frame that foot and step yourself back to your downward dog. Taking a cleansing breath. Inhale as deeply as you can. Exhale it out with a sigh. Take your gaze forward. Walk or step your feet to the top of your mat and exhale to fold. Inhale, bending into your knees. Raise your arms, come back to your fierce pose. And exhale, straighten your legs. Come back to standing. From here, bend into your knees again. Raise your arms, palms touch. This time, sit yourself down a little bit lower so you're getting a gentle arch in your lower back here if it's comfortable. And then bring those palms down to your heart center. Drop your left elbow to your right knee. Press your palms. Send that right elbow to the sky. Just take a little look at your knees. Make sure that left knee isn't overshooting the right. And see if you can sit your hips a little bit lower. Keep pressing your palms. Keep drawing that right shoulder back and see if you can sit a little bit lower. Gaze ahead, drop your palms, press them flat and lift your hips high. Just release here for a moment. Keep a little bend in your knees. And then bend in your knees, sending your hips back, raise your palms, come through center. This time, lowering the palms, taking the right elbow to the left knee. So again, make sure that right knee is not overshooting the left. Hips are sitting low, press your palms, draw your left shoulder back. Keep sitting your hips a little bit lower if you can. See if you can go down 1 more inch. And then release your palms, framing your feet. Step back with your right foot. Walk your hands out to the right so that all 10 toes are now turning towards this right side. Pressing into your palms. We're lengthening the spine. Keep your legs straight, keep your thighs switched on and engaged, and just pigeon toe your heels out slightly. Inhale, and as you exhale, folding from the hips, we fold in. We can walk those hands in if it's comfortable. With every inhale, we lengthen.
And with every exhale we fold. We're trying to see the ceiling from between our legs. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. Inhale, exhale, fold. Keep your thighs switched on, it's going to give you length in your hamstrings. And then inhale, press your palms, lift your head. Exhale, catch hold of your hips. And inhale to lift, come back through center. Take your hands, interlace them behind your back. So you're squeezing your palms together and squeeze your shoulders together too. Inhale and exhale, fold. Leading with the crown of your head. We can drop those hands over the back. We keep the thighs switched on. We keep pressing into the feet, legs engaged. Inhaling and exhaling. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Keep pushing those hands down towards the mat. Gazing between the legs. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Taking one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, press your feet, raise your body, come all the way back through center and release your hands, stepping yourself back to the top of your mat. From here, inhale, raise your palms, gaze at your thumbs, exhale, softening through the knees to fold. Inhale, pressing your palms to lengthen, and exhale, step yourself back to your high plank. We're going to stay here for a moment, so keep pushing the mat away. Your neck stays long, so you're gazing between your palms and you're pushing into your shoulders, so you're not hanging, you're not letting your hips dip. We're keeping the core engaged and we're staying lifted. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either come all the way down or lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just shuffle yourself if you need. My face always ends up coming off the mat. And then take your hands one on top of the other and rest your forehead gently on the back of your hands. Take a few moments just to acknowledge that you're lying down. Take your gaze ahead. Come onto your forearms. You want your elbows stacked under your shoulders and your palms flat. As we inhale, we're pulling with those palms, so press them, bring your chest through. And as you exhale, roll your shoulders back. So we're coming into our Sphinx pose. Keep inhaling to open your chest. Think about drawing it through your arms. And as we exhale, try and roll those shoulders back. 2 more breaths. And then release. Lower your head. Rest your forehead on the back of your hands. Just taking a moment here. This time, lifting your gaze. Take your palms to rest under your shoulders. Tuck under your toes to lift your legs. And think about rolling your thighs in towards each other. And then release, so you're untucking your toes. Forehead comes down onto the mat. As we inhale, we lift the head and the chest. And as we exhale, lift the palms. Keep your gaze down so your neck stays long. And with every exhale, see if you can just lift a little bit more. Keep your feet pressed into the mat. Keep pressing. Keep lifting with your exhale. And then release. Forehead down onto the back of your hands and just rock your hips gently from side to side. This time, rest your forehead down, bend into your knees and catch the outside of your ankles. If you can't quite reach this, then just take that bend and take your hands down the side of your body. Otherwise, you're catching your feet or your ankles. As you inhale, you're going to lift your knees and your thighs.
And as you exhale, lift your head and your chest. So you're trying to roll your weight forward onto the upper part of your abdomen. We're inhaling to stretch those toes up, and we're exhaling to draw the shoulders back. Try and bring your feet closer together so they're not going too wide. And keep inhaling, reaching, stretching those toes up. Exhaling to lift the chest. 2 more breaths. Pushing your feet backwards and upwards. You're trying to touch them towards the ceiling. And release your knees. Release the crown of your head. Take your hands under your shoulders. Press into your palms. Push yourself so your bum comes back towards your heels. Come up to kneeling and then take your legs out from underneath. We're going to come into a seated forward fold. So taking a really good bend into your knees, catch hold of your shins and lengthen through your spine. Gazing down towards your toes, press your stomach along your thighs and catch the outside of your feet. As we inhale, we're going to lengthen through the spine. And as we exhale, we straighten out those legs. Now you're keeping your stomach pressed to your thighs so that you're not rounding through your back. So it might mean that you need to keep your legs bent, that's fine. Keep your gaze ahead of your toes. With every inhale, lengthen through your spine. And with every exhale, see if you can just straighten those legs a fraction more. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to fold. Keep gazing ahead, 1 more breath. And inhale, release, come back through center. Catch hold of your right knee, squeeze it into your chest and drop that right knee out to the side. Pressing that right foot inside the left thigh. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. And as you exhale, folding forward, catching hold of the foot if you can, or the inside of the shin or thigh. With every inhale, we lengthen the spine, gazing at the toes. And with every exhale, we soften and fold. Gazing forward, inhaling. Exhale, use your core to lower your body down a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming back through center. Swap, take that right leg out, squeeze the left leg in, drop it out to the side and press that foot inside the right thigh. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, soften and fold. Catch hold of your right foot. Inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to fold. Keeping your gaze forward, catching the inside of your shin or your thigh. If you need to, don't round through the spine to get there. Keep your spine long, gaze forward. With every exhale, see if you can lower just a little bit more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhaling to lower. And inhale, come back through center. Bring your right knee in. Take both feet, soles touching, and squeeze them as close as you can in towards you, wrapping your hands around your feet. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, and as you exhale, fold forward. You can rest your elbows just gently inside the legs to help. Just putting a little bit of pressure there. We want to be able to feel a stretch on the inner thighs here, but nothing too painful, so draw back slightly if you need. Keep gazing ahead, keep your spine long. And with every exhale, see if you can lower a little bit more. Use that breath to deepen the posture. With every exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. And then inhale, come back through center. Catch the outside of your knees, squeeze them in, and take your left leg out straight. Keep that bend into your right knee. Take your right hand, press that palm flat to the mat. Keep those left feet flexed, left toes flexed. Inhale, reach up with the left hand, and exhale, take that left elbow outside your right knee. If that's too much, hug your right knee. Wherever we are, we're twisting, taking our gaze towards our right shoulder. Inhaling to lengthen the spine, and exhale, use that elbow or arm to draw on that right knee, deepening the stretch. One more breath. Inhale, release, come through center, take a slight counter twist, and take your right leg out straight. Squeeze the left leg in, left foot goes flat, left hand behind the back. Inhale, reach up, stretch up with the right. Take that right elbow outside the left knee as we exhale, taking our gaze towards that left shoulder. Remembering we can hug that right knee if we want to, or we're using that elbow like a lever. Keep your right toes flexed. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale into twist, taking your gaze to your left shoulder. Use your breath to deepen the stretch. And inhale, release, come through center. Take that slight counter twist. Take both legs out straight. If you're a little bit further back on your mat, just shuffle yourself so your heels are down the end. Interlace your hands in front. Just releasing your index fingers so you're coming into a pistol grip, and tuck your chin to your chest. Any lower back issues, just come to lie down. Otherwise, we're lowering slowly through the spine as slow as we can until we come all the way down to lying on our backs. Taking a bend into your knees, bringing your heels in towards your bum. Take your hands down the side of the body and just skim the heels so you know that they are the right distance from you. You want your hip bones, knees and feet all in one line, all parallel with the long edge of your mat. Moving through a bridge pose now. As we inhale, pressing into the feet, lifting with the hips. As we exhale, press that chest back towards the chin. Inhale, keep pressing into the feet, lifting the thighs. Exhale, chest comes back towards the chin. One more breath. And then lower. So you're coming down one vertebrae at a time, your tailbone's the last thing to touch the mat. And take a moment here to rest. Repeating that, or we can go a little bit deeper with our bridge. So wherever we are, inhale, press the feet, lift the thighs. And staying here, or this time exhaling, rolling onto the sides of your shoulders, interlacing the hands under the body. Wherever we are, we inhale, press the feet to lift the thighs, and we exhale to send our chest back towards our chin. Inhaling, exhale, chest comes back towards the chin. Inhale, lifting, pressing the feet. Exhale, chest back. Release your hands. Uncurl your shoulders and lower one vertebrae at a time until we come all the way down to our flat back. Squeeze your knees in. Wrap your arms around your knees. Keep your tailbone pressed flat. And just take a couple of gentle rocks here from side to side. Catch hold of your knees and make some big circular movements, massaging into your lower back if that feels nice. Take it through in one direction and then swap into the other. And then squeezing those knees back in. Release your legs, take your arms down the side of your body and take your legs up straight to 90 degrees. Feet are flexed, so it's like you're pressing them up towards the ceiling and your tailbone is pressing into the mat. This is our 90 degrees. This is our variation if we've got any back issues. If this feels like this is enough, we can stay here. If it's our time of the month, ladies, this is where we would stay, because it's not recommended to go any further with your inversions. Otherwise, we're going to come into a shoulder stand. So you're pressing your hands into the mat, rock your knees into your face, catch your hips, and send your feet up. You're walking your hands down your back and creeping your elbows in towards each other. So point those toes up towards the ceiling, trying to get your body all in one long straight line. Keep pressing those hands down the back and keep walking your elbows in towards each other. Keep your stomach engaged, thighs engaged, toes are reaching for the ceiling. Stay here, or if you want to go a little bit further, drop your feet over your head. If your toes comfortably touch the mat, you can release your back, your hands from your back. Press your toes into the mat and keep your legs engaged. Keep breathing while you're here. If your toes aren't quite on the mat, then just keep your hands supporting your lower back or stay in your shoulder stand. Take your hands to your back, come back up to your shoulder stand, and then release, lowering one vertebrae at a time until we come all the way down to lying on our back. Take your legs out straight. Rest your hands just on your stomach and gently close your eyes just for a moment. We're almost at the end of our practice, so just reflecting back on the things that we've been through, postures that we've done. Keeping that left leg out straight, squeeze your right knee into your chest. Wrap those fingers tightly around that knee and squeeze it in. Try and keep your tailbone pressed down to the mat through all of these final stretches that we're doing. And then take that right leg up towards the ceiling. Catch either the back of the thigh or the calf. If it helps, you can slide your left leg in and take that left foot flat. It's going to get you a little bit deeper. You can always catch that right big toe if you want to. Keep your tailbone pressing into the mat and keep your right thigh engaged to get that length through the hamstring. Just finding a variation that works for you. Keep breathing here. If we've got this left leg straight and we're holding on to the toes, we can always drop that right leg out to the side and take your gaze over your left shoulders. Try and keep this left hip pressed down so that that left side's not lifting. Bring your right leg back through center. Everybody slides their left foot in. Left foot comes flat. Dropping your right ankle onto your left knee. Option one is to just push that right knee away. Or we can thread the right hand between the thighs, interlace the hands behind the left leg and squeeze it in towards the chest. We can use this right elbow inside the right leg just to deepen it slightly. Flexing your feet if it feels comfortable and trying to keep your tailbone pressed into the mat. Remembering to deepen the posture slightly with every exhale. We should be feeling this all in this right hip and glute. Keep squeezing that left leg in. your right leg out this time and squeeze that left knee into the chest. Really squeeze those fingers tight around that knee. Releasing any tension in your fingers at the same time. Keeping that tailbone pressed down into the mat. Keep squeezing it in. And then release that left leg, catching the back of the left thigh or the calf. Remember, we can slide that right leg in if it helps. We can go for that toe on the left foot. You might find, I always do, that you're tighter on this side. We've always got one side that's more loose than the other. This is my tight side. But go as far as feels good for you. Keeping your tailbone pressed into the mat. Keeping that left thigh engaged to lengthen through the hamstring. And just use every exhale to pull it a little bit closer towards you. Option, if we've got hold of the toe and we want to drop that left foot out to the side. I haven't got the space. Hopefully you have. Keep that right hip pressed down. Just use the hand gently on it if you need. Bring that leg back through center. Everybody slides that right leg in, right foot flat. Dropping your left ankle onto your right knee and either pushing that left knee away or bringing that left hand between the thighs and squeezing that right leg in. Tailbone pressed down into the mat, remembering you can just gently press that left elbow inside the left thigh to deepen this slightly if you want. Keep drawing that right knee in. Releasing, taking both feet flat. Take that left leg out straight. Take your arms out into a T position. Right foot comes onto the left thigh. Inhale and exhale. Take that right knee over to the left and your gaze to the right. You might get a couple of clicks in the spine. Try and keep this right shoulder from lifting off the mat, so just don't take your knee as far. If you want to deepen it, as long as that right shoulder is still pressing down, then you can take your left hand onto your right knee. Just use it to gently guide it down towards the mat. Inhaling, bringing that right knee back through center. Swapping over, taking the right leg out, bending the left foot on the right thigh. Inhale and exhale, drop it over to the right. This time taking your gaze over your left shoulder. Keep that left shoulder pressed down into the mat. You can use that right hand on the knee just to deepen it slightly if you want. Bringing that right knee back through center. Just adjusting yourself, so shuffling your hips back if you need. Two options, so to support your lower back, take your feet as wide as your mat, bring your knees to touch and just rest your arms down the side of your body. Otherwise we can take those legs out straight. Wherever we are, try and just tuck your chin down towards your chest slightly so that you're lengthening through the back of your neck. Take your feet, if they're out straight, as wide as your mat. Let your feet fall out to the sides. Take your arms to rest down the side of your body with your palms facing up.
Release your breath now, just breathing freely. Relaxing across your jaw, across your eyes. Scanning all the way from your toes to the crown of your head. Letting your whole body feel heavy, resting down into the mat. Relaxing your toes. Relaxing your calves, your knees, your thighs. Relaxing your hips. Relaxing your lower back. Relaxing across your upper back and your shoulders. Relaxing your arms, your hands, your fingers. Relaxing your neck, your jaw, your eyes. Letting your whole body relax. Your body is heavy. It's resting down deep into your mat. Start to make some gentle movements with your fingers and your toes. If it feels nice, roll your head gently from side to side. Bring your feet to touch, pointing your toes. Reach your arms above your head. Come into a full body stretch. Inhaling, reaching, stretching. Point the fingers, point the toes. And exhale to release. Bending into your left knee. Taking your own time here to roll yourself over onto your right side. Letting your right arm act like a pillow for your face. Keeping your eyes gently closed, just taking a moment here before making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Finding a posture, seated version that works for you. You might be on your knees, or you might be crossing into your legs. You can take your hands to rest either on your knees or bring your palms together at your heart center. Wherever you are, just take a moment to be grateful to yourself for taking this time out of your day to dedicate to you, to your practice, to your physical and mental well-being. It's important more now than ever before that we look after ourselves, our bodies and our minds. We take care of ourselves and we nourish our bodies, our minds and our souls. I'm going to seal the practice with an Om. It's a tradition that I really enjoy. Feel free to have a go. You are in a safe space in your own home, so it's less conscious. You're less conscious than you might be in a studio. Or feel free just to observe the energy. If you're going to Om, then we'll exhale, inhale, and then Om. So exhaling, inhale, Om. Rubbing your palms together, generate lots of heat, gather all that energy up that you've created in your practice. I want you to dedicate this energy either to you or to someone else. Think of somewhere on your body that energy needs to go, or something for someone else, and place your palms there. Send your energy to you or to your loved one or to whoever it is that you might be sending that to. Bring your palms back together. Raise them in front of your eyes. Open them up like a book and gently blink your eyes open. Bring your hands back to your heart center. Thank you all so much. Namaste.